Eritrea's narrow coastline along the Red Sea is a global choke point, connecting Europe and Asia through the Suez Canal. Billions in goods pass just offshore daily, making this sliver of land a critical artery for world trade. Its proximity to the Bab el Mandeb strait, the Gate of Tears, amplifies its leverage, as any disruption here ripples across the global economy. For centuries, world powers have vied for influence over this corridor, from the Ottomans to the modern ambitions of China, the UAE, and the US. Yet this strategic gift has often been a curse, drawing foreign intervention and proxy conflicts. Eritrea's history is defined by resistance to outside control, forging a fiercely independent national identity. Today, as global attention returns to the Port of Assab, Eritrea faces a pivotal choice: open its gates to economic opportunity, or double down on security and isolation. The decision will shape not only Eritrea's future but the balance of power across the Horn of Africa. The world is watching to see which path Eritrea will choose. The Port of Assab, once Ethiopia's main gateway to the sea, now stands silent, a relic of lost opportunity. Decades of conflict and mistrust have left its deep-water harbor idle, its cranes rusting under the sun. Revitalizing Assab could transform Eritrea's stagnant economy, create jobs, and reconnect the nation to global trade. For Ethiopia, reopening Assab would offer a vital alternative to Djibouti, reducing costs and vulnerabilities for over 120 million people. The port's revival could spark a new era of regional cooperation, healing old wounds. Yet Eritrea's leadership, wary of economic dependence on Ethiopia, has kept the port closed, prioritizing sovereignty over prosperity. The government fears that opening Assab could invite foreign leverage and threaten hard-won independence. As economic pressures mount, the question remains, will Eritrea unlock Assab's potential or let it remain a monument to missed chances? The answer could redefine the region's future. Assab's fate hangs in the balance between isolation and opportunity. The world waits for Eritrea's next move. For Ethiopia, landlocked since losing Eritrea, access to the sea is an existential issue, not just an economic one. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed frames the lack of a port as a national crisis, fueling calls to reclaim Assab. State media and academics stoke historical grievances, shifting the debate from trade to territorial claims. Ethiopia's internal crises, war, insurgency, and economic turmoil, have made the Red Sea a rallying point for unity and distraction. Neighbors Djibouti and Somalia reject any talk of ceding territory, offering only commercial deals. Ethiopia's assertive stance has heightened tensions across the Horn, turning a logistical challenge into a potential flashpoint. The risk, a dangerous escalation that could ignite a wider conflict. The stakes for Ethiopia and the region have never been higher. Eritrea's response to Ethiopia's ambitions has been swift and militarized. Troops and heavy weaponry now line the border, and Assab is being transformed into a fortress. Satellite images reveal new defenses, advanced drones, and coastal missiles, signaling readiness for confrontation, not negotiation. The port's future as a commercial hub is overshadowed by its role as a military stronghold. Foreign military assets like the UAE's past presence add to the volatility. This arms buildup risks a cycle of escalation where each move is seen as a threat by the other side. The region sits on a knife's edge, with Assab at the epicenter of potential war. Instead of prosperity, the port now symbolizes looming conflict. The standoff over Assab is entangled in the Horn's shifting alliances and proxy wars. Eritrea's reported backing of a Tigray coup and support for Amhara rebels has reignited old rivalries with Ethiopia. The collapse of the wartime alliance between Eritrea and Ethiopia has deepened mistrust and fueled instability. Proxy conflicts now threaten to spill across borders, making peaceful negotiation over port access nearly impossible. Somalia and Djibouti, alarmed by Ethiopia's rhetoric, have formed a united front to defend their sovereignty. Ethiopia finds itself increasingly isolated, pressured to moderate its demands. Tigray's volatile situation and Ethiopia's internal strife risk igniting a broader regional conflict. The dispute over Assab is a catalyst, intensifying existing crises. The Horn of Africa teeters on the brink, with local disputes threatening to engulf the entire region. The world watches, hoping for de-escalation before it's too late. Eritrea faces a stark choice: economic revival or absolute sovereignty. Years of sanctions and mass emigration have left the nation isolated and struggling. Opening Assab could bring vital revenue, jobs, and a path to lifting sanctions. Yet the government's deep distrust of Ethiopia and fear of foreign leverage keep the gates closed. Economic logic clashes with the legacy of a hard-fought independence. The leadership sees dependence as a threat to survival, not a path to prosperity. This internal conflict defines Eritrea's dilemma: embrace openness and risk, or cling to isolation and stagnation. The decision on Assab will shape Eritrea's destiny, and signal its vision for the Horn of Africa. The world waits to see which force will prevail, necessity or suspicion. Eritrea stands at a crossroads, its future in its own hands. The fate of Assab is now a global concern, as world powers vie for influence along the Red Sea. China, the US, Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Israel all seek a foothold in this strategic corridor. Assab's value as a commercial hub or military base makes it a coveted prize. The UAE's past use of the port set a precedent for foreign involvement. As tensions rise, outside powers may offer support or mediation, but their interests add new risks. A militarized Assab could turn the Red Sea into a contested zone, threatening vital shipping lanes. Alternatively, a trade-focused port could foster stability and integration. Eritrea's choice will ripple far beyond its borders, shaping peace and security at a global crossroads. The world's eyes are on Assab, its future will echo across continents.